This is Tyler. Yes, I'm with Roman as well. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad. Yeah, pretty good.
Excellent. Thanks for taking the time out today.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having us.
Well, first, of course, we're talking about Scream Queen, my Nightmare on Elm Street. I wanted to ask you guys, first of all, how you got in touch with Mark Patton and decided to get this film rolling.
Hey, so this is Roman. I usually start off this one. It goes back about 5 years. I think Mark had actually resurfaced into the horror community, and he had started talking about his tale, and he was connecting with fans on Facebook. So he was actually rather accessible. It was kind of a surprise to a lot of people that this celebrity sort of came back out of hiding for 30 years, and then they could also actually reach out to him on Facebook, and he would reply to you. So it was a little different for the time, And I just wrote to him when I heard that he was wanting to tell the tale of why he'd been gone, and I said, hey, I want to be a part of this. It sounds like a really interesting story, and we just, and I don't know, we've been telling people that we think the universe sort of brought all of us together because we all were at different places in our lives, but all of us kind of having this burning need to be involved with a story like this. So I met Tyler. We were both working I was a sound engineer and Tyler was a video editor. What was the project?
We were working on a gay dating reality show, and I was doing some touch-up editing. He was doing the sound for it. I get to the office that day, and I'm just working away. I didn't meet anybody because that's not really part of the job. It's just do your work. And I overheard Roman talking to the producer about starting Scream Queen, he was just about to go to Florida to shoot with Mark Patton and the cast reunion for the first time. And my ears perked up, and without saying hello, I just lifted up my T-shirt to show him my Freddy phone tattoo. I'm like, whatever this project is, I'm a part of it, and you can't get rid of me, so let's make it work.
But it was a big deal because meeting somebody like Tyler, who was into horror but also, very outspoken gay personality was a little unique even for 5 years ago. So I knew that we were meant to team up and do this.
Awesome. Yeah. And I love about the film, it, of course, it deals with Mark's life and the making of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, but also really, the whole film industry at that time and the things that gay actors had to go through in Hollywood. I mean, it touches all those different bases. It's great.
Yeah, right. There's a lot there.
This film definitely had an evolution. When we started, I felt like we were going to make a documentary, like a straight-up documentary about Nightmare on Elm Street 2. And I was naive in the fact that I didn't know Mark Patton yet. I didn't know his backstory. And after that first weekend shoot in Florida, when we interviewed him in the hotel and he kind of let his whole story unfold, it was beyond my comprehension, and I knew that we were going to make something really special.
Well, with that being said, the gay subtext in the film, all the theories people have developed over the years, I didn't really pick up on that when I was watching it when I was younger, but a lot of people I know just enjoyed it for being a fun horror film. But did you guys see that when you first saw the film and kind of saw the different side that other people were mentioning?
Well, I saw it in the 80s when it came out, and people didn't quite capture that, at least the general public. It was instantly shunned, though, because it was during a time where, boys would get together and rent movies, get pizza on a Friday night, watch, and they want to see girls screaming and, boobs and all that stuff. And so this one didn't have any of that stuff. And so it was just sort of kind of dismissed. But I think that because of whatever the subtext may have been, people may not have been able to articulate that, but they were sensing something that they just were turning their noses up at. And I think the dialogue came later once we had the internet and the theories that spread. So then we were able to talk about it in that sense. But the reaction was the same back then as well.
Well, and again, the film Scream Queen, my Nightmare on Elm Street, I know is on tour now, and it's coming to the Twin Cities Film Festival here in Minneapolis coming up October 23rd. And I imagine people can still get tickets for the event and head out there and check it out before, down the line, maybe it makes it to the masses.
Exactly, yes. I was just looking at the website. There's about 10 tickets left, so don't wait.
And I know besides the film, you guys do a Q&A and have a lot of other stuff for the fans as well.
Absolutely, yes. Mark will be with us in Twin Cities Film Festival, and we'll have some soundtrack LPs available to purchase, and we have posters, and Mark wrote a book as well that is available.
Awesome, yeah. I saw the artwork for the soundtrack looks great, and I saw the film, of course, and it's just amazing with Mark's story. I had no idea that he was kind of hiding out, and actually a detective was hired to try to find him, and now it sounds like he's back in the public spotlight here, and everything is going well.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about this is that we actually have, it's gained a lot of momentum. We have an army, so to speak, of gay horror fans that have just been waiting for an outlet like this. It's a lot of the horror movies have a lot of relevance to people that are on the fringes of society, let's say. And so the enthusiasm that we meet in all these cities is outstanding. So we really can't wait to show up in Minneapolis too,
which is my hometown, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
Well, you're in luck. I just saw some snow falling this morning, so you're back just in time.
That's perfect. Actually, the longer I'm away from Minnesota, the more I miss snow. If I see a blizzard in a movie, I start weeping. It's very cute.
Well, again, it's coming to the Twin Cities Film Festival on October 23rd. And, you mentioned kind of the negativity in the film, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, that is, back when it came out. But, nowadays it seems, to me anyway, most horror fans, the negativity kind of isn't there anymore. And now it's just, a movie that people enjoy just for what it is.
Well, it's definitely still there. But you're right. Like, we're now it's being embraced. And that's what you're noticing first. So when you do, look up Nightmare on Elm Street 2, let's say, you're going to see a lot of praise for it or people that are enjoying it. But it is still there, and we do encounter that often. I've done interviews where I'll notice comments happening as we're speaking. So, but it doesn't lead that way. And I definitely think that has to do with Mark Patton and his constant, just being true to himself.
Yeah, being present. Definitely in the last 5 years when he's kind of emerged to start telling the story again, the tides have turned in his favor. And I feel like that's definitely about him being present and being vocal and speaking up for himself, that people are really like, this is inappropriate.
Which is essentially the message that we're trying to give to everybody out there. Like, that's the key to all of it.
Definitely. And do you think in the context when it came out, obviously there was only one other film to compare it to. Now there's, I don't even know, 8, 9, 10 sequels. So, I mean,
right.
When you compare it to the entire body of work, definitely, to me anyway, doesn't seem like it has the same negativity that it did, when it was just part 2.
Right. I feel like a lot of that conversation stems from people's understanding of how films are made. Like, now we have the Marvel comic universe, and they have gone above and beyond to plan out a whole series of films from the beginning. And that was revolutionary. That's not how it was back in the 80s. You made a film, and if it made money, you made a second one. It wasn't this grand scheme of, like, these are all the stories we're going to tell over the course of 20 years. This was just like a cash grab. And when people take that understanding of film series and try to apply it to every movie before 2005, it doesn't really hold up.
Well, again, Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street, is coming to the Twin Cities Film Festival in Minneapolis here on October 23rd. And what's coming up next for you guys? Is there anything else in the works or some other projects we should be looking out for?
Well, first we have like an entire tour to get through. So we're still on the American leg of this. We're going overseas very soon. And so then that's going to be quite a while. So we're going to be doing this for the next year at least, where we're going to be going around and talking to people and showing this and, just connecting.
The first wave of it now is film festivals, and then we start doing a college lecture course as well about queer film theory and how this movie ties into all of that.
Excellent. Well, again, down the road here, if something else does come up here, I would love to talk to you guys again. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you.